My dear brother and sister, Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we will discuss the importance of promises and keeping them, as well as explore the Islamic perspective on this topic. In a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, violating a promise is considered one of the signs of a hypocrite. So, let's delve into this topic in detail. The importance of promises and fulfilling them. In our social relationships, making promises plays a significant role. A promise reflects a person's honesty, integrity, and moral character. When we make a promise, we must strive to fulfill it because it demonstrates our truthfulness and reliability. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "When he makes a promise and breaks it, that is a sign of hypocrisy." This means that when we make a promise, we must do everything possible to keep it. Islamic teachings on fulfilling promises. If someone has made a promise but is unable to fulfill it due to a serious excuse, they should inform the other party and withdraw from the promise. In Islamic law, the rule is that a promise must be kept unless there is a valid excuse. For instance, if someone promised to give money to another but later found themselves unable to do so, they should inform the other person and explain that they cannot fulfill the promise. However, as long as there is no valid excuse, it is obligatory to keep the promise. Engagement as a promise. Engagement is also considered a promise. If someone has made an engagement, they should honor it. However, if later circumstances arise that require the engagement to be broken, it is important to communicate these reasons clearly to the other person. The promise of Hazrat Hudhayfa and Abu Jahl. Recall the story of Hazrat Hudhayfa, may Allah be pleased with him, and his father Hazrat Yaman, may Allah be pleased with him, when they promised Abu Jahl that they would not participate in the Battle of Badr. Abu Jahl threatened them that if they did not make the promise, he would not let them go. Hazrat Hudhayfa made the promise that they would not join the battle, but when he later asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to allow him to participate in the battle, the Prophet, peace be upon him, replied, "You made a promise, so fulfill it." This incident teaches us how important it is to make and keep promises. The Battle of Badr and the test of promise. The promise not to participate in the Battle of Badr was a test of Hazrat Hudhayfa's, may Allah be pleased with him, sincerity. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did not allow him to break his promise, and despite the battle being a significant event, Hazrat Hudhayfa had to adhere to his promise. The promise of Hazrat Muawiyah. Another lesson comes from the example of Hazrat Muawiyah, may Allah be pleased with him, who made a peace treaty with Rome. As soon as the treaty's term ended, he immediately attacked. However, Hazrat Amr ibn Abasa, may Allah be pleased with him, reminded him that stationing troops on the border during the treaty period was a violation of the promise. Hazrat Muawiyah quickly acknowledged his mistake and withdrew his army. This incident teaches us that there should not even be a hint of promise breaking. Conclusion. The message of today's video is that our promises reflect our character. When we make a promise, it is our responsibility to fulfill it. Islam teaches us that it is essential to keep our promises once made. These are the values we should adopt in our lives to become honest and trustworthy individuals. If you liked this video, Please share it and subscribe to our channel to receive more such important videos.